State Health Department develops a test to detect antibodies for COVID-19 infection. With a report, we have Joanne Blanco Soriano. Joanne?
Ken, in New York, there have been 365,153 people tested so far, with 25,000 of the tests being done yesterday alone. In total, 149,316 people have been tested positive, and there have been 6,268 deaths. Mayor Bill de Blasio said that in the last few days, we've needed fewer ventilators than were originally projected. The hospitalizations have also stabilized and leveled off. We now have 5,500 ventilators available at this time and a small reserve of 135 in case the need changes swiftly in one place. New York State on pause has been extended to April 29th, which means all non-essential workers must continue to work from home and schools will be closed through April 29th. Broadway shows will remain closed through at least June 7th. New Yorkers have also been advised to cover their faces when venturing out of their homes for essential needs. A face covering can consist of any piece of clothing or a cloth like a scarf or a bandana. It doesn't have to be a mask. New York State is increasing the maximum fine for violations of the state's social distancing protocol from $500 to $1,000. This is to help address the lack of adherence to social distancing here. 300 military personnel from the Navy and Air Force have gone to our public hospitals. And Governor Cuomo announced that Delta, JetBlue, and United are offering free travel to New York for COVID-19 medical workers. To date, more than 90,000 health professionals, including more than 25,000 from out of state, have signed up to serve as part of the state's surge healthcare force during this ongoing pandemic. The majority of first responders also who tested positive or who have been exposed to COVID-19 have recovered. 276 New York police officers and 1,310 EMTs, paramedics, and firefighters have returned to duty. For the Light is Blue campaign, the Kosciuszko Bridge, the Governor Mario Cuomo Bridge, the spire of One World Trade Center, and the LaGuardia Airport parking garages will be lit in blue tomorrow as part of this campaign. It's hashtag Light It Blue. The initiative simultaneously lights up buildings and landmarks across the U.S. to show support and gratitude to those healthcare professionals and essential workers on the front lines, and to create a universal symbol of solidarity and hope. And the State Department of Health has developed a test to detect antibodies to the COVID-19 infection in an individual's blood. This test is an important step towards determining whether New Yorkers are developing immunity and when they could potentially return to work or school. In New York City, Joanne Soriano, Eagle News. We live in interesting times. Back to you, Ken.
Thanks so much, Joanne. So what's the mood like there in New York? Are people actually following social distancing protocols?
The 7 p.m. applause for essential workers has actually been getting louder and louder every day. So when I go out, I do this every day. It's literally like my happiness while we're in lockdown. I'm seeing more and more people at their windows. I see little kids coming out right before 7. They bring their little drums and they're banging. And even elderly people who are not clapping so much, they're taking sticks and they're running it across their railings. So it's really exciting to see this go on for the few minutes every day.
I was going to ask, since Broadway's closed, have you heard anyone actually trying to sing out there? Or?
Someone has been playing their radio, the New York theme, and driving it up the avenue. So I just the past few days, I started to hear that. And people have been really supportive. I went out for the first time over the weekend, and people are, for the most part, are wearing masks and following social distancing. Like I'm seeing in front of all the grocery stores, there are long lines, and they're standing the 6 feet apart.
Well, that's good to hear. I mean, New York is one of the, metropolises of the United States. So, we follow what New York does. So it's good that there's actual social distancing practice there.